Hello, this is Mr. Heineke. I am going to start reading a book called April Adventure. It's AR, it's 3.0 is the level, and 1 point. We will read the first two chapters in this segment. Bradley Pinto was having a dream. In his dream, he was following a trail of jelly beans. The jelly beans led him to a meadow. The flowers in the meadow were made of lollipops. The trees were sticks of licorice. There was a stream of chocolate milk under whipped cream clouds. Little butterflies made of cotton candy flew by. One landed on Bradley's ear. Just as Bradley was about to drink from the chocolate stream, he woke up. Something had touched his ear. Something real. Bradley opened his eyes in the dark bedroom. He saw a shadowy figure tiptoe towards the door. And the figure was gone. Bradley put his head on his pillow near the ear. Something was there. It was hard and smooth and sort of round. He turned on his lamp and grabbed the object. It was a plastic Easter egg. Bradley's twin brother Brian sat up and squawked from the next bed. "Hey, what are you doing? It's the middle of the night." Bradley looked at the clock. "No, it's not. It's 6 in the morning, the day before Easter." "Happy Easter, Bradley," Brian said, and went back to sleep. Bradley sat up and pulled open the two halves of the plastic egg. Inside, he found a note with the words, "Don't wake the grown-ups," signed, The Shadow. "What's going on?" came another voice. "Morning, Nate," Bradley said, looking down from his bed. Bradley and Brian's two best friends had slept over. Nate Hathaway and Lucy Armstrong were in sleeping bags on the floor. Lucy sat up in her sleeping bag. "What time is it?" she asked as she blinked at the light. Lucy's parents were helping build a school on the Native American reservation in Arizona. She was staying with her old cousin Drew when they were gone. Drew was best friends with Nate's big sister Ruth Rose and the twins' older brother Josh. In fact, Drew and Ruth Rose were having a sleepover too. They were down the hall in Josh's bedroom. Brian sat up and rubbed his eyes. "Hey, what's that?" He held a plastic blue egg. "It was on my pillow." "I found one too," Bradley said. "My egg had a note inside." Brian yanked his egg apart. A folded paper said, "Mine does too." Nate and Lucy soon found plastic eggs in their pillows. "We all have notes." "Mine says, 'Go where a rose grows,'" signed The Shadow. "Mine says, 'Get dressed,'" Brian said. Nate crawled out of his sleeping bag. "Mine says, 'There you will find directions to the treasure.'" It's signed The Shadow too. "Cool! It's a treasure hunt!" "Oh, I love treasure hunts, Lucy, but who's the Shadow?" "Whoever he is, he used the computer. These notes have been printed out." "Josh has a computer in his room. Is your brother Josh the Shadow?" "Well, maybe. Drew and Ruth Rose slept over last night. I bet the three of them cooked up this idea." "But why put the messages inside Easter eggs? Because tomorrow's Easter." "Oh, yeah, it is. Happy Easter, guys. I think we should do what the notes say and find the treasure." The four kids read their notes again. Mine tells us to find directions. "How do we find them?" "Go where a rose grows," read from her paper, said Lucy. "But where's that?" "I know. Over the center, there's a rose garden. That's where roses grow." 5 minutes later, the kids were in the kitchen, pulling on their sneakers. Lucy saw a basket on the kitchen table. A paper napkin covered something lumpy in the basket. There was a folded paper on top of a napkin. Brian read the note to the kids. "Eat us," signed The Shadow. Brian lifted off the napkin. Under it was 4 jelly donuts. "Yum! I'm beginning to like The Shadow," said Nate. Bradley found a pencil and wrote another message on the paper. It said, "Mom, we're at the park, Bradley." The kids hiked down the driveway toward Center Park. Sunlight was peeking over the barn. The leaves on the tall trees were bright green. The three boys munched in their donuts as they walked. Lucy carried the basket holding the 4th donut. "Aren't you going to eat your donut?" Brian asked Lucy. He had finished his and was licking his fingers. "I'm saving mine for later," Lucy said. "So stop staring at it. I wonder what the treasure will be," Nate said. Bradley laughed. "Knowing Josh will be something to eat." "But maybe it wasn't Josh who put the notes inside Nate's." Then who did?" Brian said. "Our parents wouldn't do it. When I first woke up in the morning, I saw someone in my room. Someone sneaking away from my bed. Who was it?" "It was too dark, and he left the room really fast." "Did he hop out of the room like a bunny?" Bradley said no. He glided out like a shadow. The kids crossed Pleasant Street and entered Center Park. The rose garden was inside a white picket fence. Most of the rose bushes had small buds on them. Some had early blossoms. The bushes were planted in a big circle around a fountain. A statue of the fish stood on its tail in the fountain. The fish's open mouth sprouted water. On the other side of the rose garden was a pond surrounded by bushes and tall grass. In the middle of the pond was a small island with a tree in the center. "Hey guys, look!" Lucy was pointing at a fat raccoon walking out of some bushes near a pond. 3 baby raccoons followed her. They all waddled past the kids and entered a grove of trees. "They are so cute." Just then, they heard barking. A man was walking a white small dog through the park. He carried a paper bag in one hand. He stooped over and picked up something from the ground and put it in his bag. Bradley recognized the man. Hi, Mr. Pocket." Mr. Pocket said, "Happy Easter." "You too," they all shouted back. The kids walked through the gate through the rose garden. "Well, this is where a rose grows." "Where do you look?" Brian said, "There are at least 100 roses growing in rows. Between the rows was green grass." "Let's split up," Bradley said. "Each take a row and check all the bushes." "We don't have to do that," said Nate. "Look," he's pointing at the fountain. A plastic yellow egg floated in the water. He raced towards the fountain with the others right behind him. Nate got there first. He plucked the egg out of the water. "Open it. It's all wet." He wiped the egg on his sweatshirt, then pulled the house apart. "There's another note," said Lucy. Nate unfolded the note and read it. "There are 11 more plastic eggs. You must find the 4 real eggs to get the treasure. Signed, The Shadow." Bradley took the note from Nate's finger. "What does he mean? The real eggs?" "Real must be not plastic like this one." He held 2 halves of the other one they found in the fountain. He put them back together and set the egg in Lucy's basket. "Like fried eggs. Gee, I hope the Shadow gets some ketchup. I like ketchup on my eggs." Nate laughed. "You cracked me up." "Got it? Crack me up." "Let's look for the rest of the eggs." Center Park covered a whole wide area. Inside the park were the rose garden, the pond, and the bell shell. The bell shell was a little platform with a roof over it. In the summertime, musicians played music on the platform. People would gather on the lawn to listen. A grove of trees grew near the rose garden. Wooden benches had been placed around so people could sit and enjoy the roses. On one side of the park were high school playing fields. Next to the high school was a meadow. And then next to the meadow was a lawn surrounding Green Lawn Elementary School. How do you find Easter eggs in all this? These plastic eggs are bright colors. We should be able to see them from far away, Lucy said after eating her jelly donut. Nate climbed onto one of the benches. He looked around. "I don't see any. Let's just start. We should each look in a different place. I'll go check the pond. I'll search around these trees. I'll stay here and look around all the roses. Okay, I'll snoop around the band shell." He wiggled his eyebrows up and down. Sometimes people drop money there. "If you find any, you have to share," Brian said. "Ha!" Nate said as he raced away. Carrying her basket, Lucy took off for the grove of trees. Bradley headed towards the pond. He walked through the tall grass and reeds. He read a sign that said, "Please do not feed the swans." Bradley stepped carefully up the water's edge. Last summer, he had seen a big black snake there lying in the sun. Josh had told him that snappy turtles lived in the pond too. They came out of the water to lay their eggs. Bradley placed his feet carefully. He didn't want to step on a snake or a turtle. At the edge of the pond, Bradley parted a clump of grass. He peered down at the ground. He only saw 2 rocks and muds and weeds. No bright plastic Easter eggs. Suddenly, Bradley just froze! He held his breath. Something was hissing. That's the end for today. Next time we will continue with chapter 3 and 4.